Welcome back, guys. This is the last chapter of What If Naruto Were Teleported Back in Time. Before we get to it, please like and subscribe, and please leave a comment about what you think of the story now. Let's go back to the story. Where the heck is he, yells Tsunade, while both Jiraiya and Orochimaru are trying to calm her down. Calm down, Tsunade. He will come, says Hiruzen. I told you he is a bit lazy, and I forgot to tell him to meet us at 6 a.m. morning. Everyone was waiting for Naruto at the gate of Konoha, as Wano has already passed. Suddenly there was a red flash in front of the gate, and there appeared Naruto in Junin, clothes with an orange scarf around his neck. Good morning, everyone. Such a lovely day, isn't it, says Naruto, who is not even bothered by Tsunade's glare, which is directed at him. Why the heck are you late? Yells Tsunade at Naruto, but he ignores her. Old man, why are 6 Anbu here? I thought only for us going, asks Naruto, eyeing Anbu, who are also packed with some important stuffs required for the journey. Oh, they are elite team of Konoha, tells Hiruzen. Bor and Inu are the captain, while other 4 are in their teams. Enough chit-chat, let's move out, says a fuming Tsunade, who is thinking how to embarrass Naruto. Naruto turns to Jiraiya and asks, what's her problem? Is there something on my face? Jiraiya replies back, it's nothing, we were waiting for you from last 1 hour. So she is just angry that she couldn't leave early. Clap clap, claps Hiruzen. Okay, everyone, Jiraiya and Orochimaru will lead the team, while Naruto will be temporary leader. I want this mission success with no failure. All the best, everyone. Everyone replies, hi, and all 10 of them vanish in the forest. After 3 hours, everyone was moving at fast pace. It was looking like blur for those who were taking shelter in the forest. Naruto and Sanins were fine, but Anbus were looking tired as they are moving for 3 hours. Let's take a break here, tells Jiraiya, while everyone nods. Everyone settled down, and the Anbu took out the food and drinks, which were stored in sealing scrolls, and gave one to others. Naruto sat across Tsunade, who was eyeing him every time he has take a bite of his food. Am I that handsome that you are looking me every time, asks amused Naruto. Tsunade face faults at that blunt sentence and mumbles silently blah blah blah. Sorry I can't hear you, asked Naruto, who is still grinning. I said you were looking cute in that Junin uniform, replies a blushing Tsunade, which perked up Jiraiya's interest as he started giggling by seeing Tsunade red. Oh really, thanks for the compliment, grins Naruto, while he also amused by seeing blushing Tsunade. You also have nice boobs. What, I will kill you. How dare you say such shameless thing in front of everyone, yells an angry Tsunade, and moves out to beat him senseless, but Jiraiya calms her down. After 10 minutes of refreshing, Orochimaru orders, okay, everyone, let's leave for our destination within next 4 hours. We will cross the fire country and will reach to Amigakure. After 4 hours, Amigakure. Before we continue the story, let's pause for a promotional break. In this alternate scenario, Naruto ascends as the Sword Emperor, wielding blades enhanced with his chakra mastery. His journey is marked by mastering legendary sword techniques, forging alliances, and confronting powerful adversaries in battles that shape his legacy as a formidable sword wielder. Naruto's evolution into the Sword Emperor embodies a tale of determination, growth, and the relentless pursuit of greatness through the art of swordsmanship. Now that we are done with that, let's go back to the story. Amigakure is a small, yet highly industrialized hidden village located in an unnamed country. Its architecture is composed of several metallic skyscrapers with road ducts connected to them and many power lines surrounding. As its name suggests, it rains almost constantly due to a storm above the village. All the water seemingly ends in a large lake that surrounds the village. A number of smaller villages also surround Amigakure. What a heavy rain, comments Naruto as he is standing at a distance away from village. Yeah, this country is always surrounded by water as it always rained constantly, replies Jiraiya. But something suspicious is going on, says Orochimaru, and continues, Sensei told us there will be Hanzo forces in the border area, but we didn't find anyone there. Yeah, that's true, looks like they are planning something, tells Tsunade. Oh, that's what's going on, Naruto smirks while everybody sees him. Tsunade inquires, what are you? But she gets cut off. Suddenly a big creature jumps upon them. Watch out, everyone, yells Jiraiya as everyone escapes from that area. There was a massive salamander in front of them as Naruto hears Orochimaru yelling abuse, which he assumed is the name of the creature. There were people standing upon him. First one was a rather muscular man of average height, with long blonde hair reaching down to his back and a prominent scar on his right cheek. His eyes were portrayed with a normal white sclerae and brown irides. He bore a distinctive cross-shaped scar. He had a dark hat on his head, and his lower face was mostly obscured by a helmet-like respirator. The upper portion of this mask bore the symbol of Amigakure and was mirrored by four indentations on the part covering his mouth. His typical attire consisted of a loose wetsuit-like outfit typical of his village, accented by bandages wrapped around his wrists and lower legs, a flak jacket with swirls on the chest plate, standard shinobi sandals, and a dark cloak that reached down below his waist. Underneath this wetsuit, he donned a dark, short-sleeved midriff shirt which exposed his lower abdomen. The second person was same like first one, with his hair was significantly shorter, and he wore a respirator with only a single cartridge instead of two. Well, what do we have here? Konoha Shinobi and my three cute Sanins, shouts the first person. Hanzo yells Tsunade and continues, Bor and Inu, you are our backup, you all stay back, while we will deal with all this mess. Yes, Tsunade-sama shouts Ambu's, and they vanish from that area. Oh, you will take care of us. But first, says Hanzo calmly. Suddenly, they were surrounded by 1,000 ninja of aim. Dad, let me take care of them, says the second person, who is Hanzo's son. Of course, my son. I also want to see how you will fare against those Sanins, says Hanzo, as his son throws poison from a Bisu mouth. A big form of green color, liquid of 100 meters diameter falls on them. But Jiraiya yells, let's escape. Pathetic attack, says a lazy Naruto. Shinra Tensei. Entire liquid reflects back on both Hanzo and his son, but both of them escapes. You are good, brat. I don't know how did you deflected it, but don't worry, I will show you my true power, comments Hanzo on Naruto. Hanzo, we all have come here to negotiate our treaty with your village, so stand down. But if you will not, then we will be forced to destroy you, says Naruto calmly to Hanzo. You will destroy us, growls Hanzo's son. Everyone kill them. All the AIM ninjas march forward to kill them. Everyone, let's be ready, shouts Jiraiya, all the three, as they also start marching towards the ninjas. Wait, let me take care of this, says Naruto, which stops them on their tracks. Look, Naruto, I know that you are strong, but fighting an army alone is nothing but suicide, argues Tsunade with a stoic face. But inside she is worried about his safety, as both Jiraiya and Orochimaru nods. Don't worry, I don't plan on dirtying my hands on blood, tells Naruto calmly, as he weaves three hand seals simultaneously between himself, and shows his red eyes Rinnegan as he yells, Tengai Shinsei. Another promotional break. Do consider watching Transported to the world of the Justice League. Naruto initially finds himself in awe of the extraordinary abilities and advanced technology that populate this new realm. Despite forging friendships with iconic heroes like Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, Naruto's heart remains set on returning to his own world. His ninja training and indomitable spirit become crucial as he navigates alliances and confronts cosmic threats alongside the Justice League. Throughout his adventures, Naruto's ultimate goal is to find a way back home, all while leaving a lasting impact on the heroes and the world they protect. showcasing that even across dimensions, the bonds of friendship and the quest for home are universal, themes that resonate deeply. And now that we are done with that, let's continue the story. It was then the sky became more darker than it was with clouds, and something blocked the path of light. All ninjas in the army looked up, sensing something. A sense of dread began to fill them as something big seemed to coming towards them from above. No one moved for or said anything. The feeling in their guts just could not allow them to do anything other than stare into the heavens and waited. What the hell? One of the men yelled as a large meteorite appeared above them. The thing was ridiculously huge. There was no way of stopping such a thing. They simply could not believe what they were seeing. This was one of the things that you did not just dream of, even in your nightmare. Who could have thought that a large meteorite could come down from the sky? It was just ridiculous thinking about it. Holy shit, shouts Tsunade, Orochimaru, Jiraiya, while their mouths hung open. Even all the Konoha Ambis were gaping by seeing a large meteorite coming down from the sky. Holly ... single quotes, another muttered, falling down on his knees. This was unbelievable. They were not even expecting this type of power coming from an 11-year-old kid. But there was nothing about this. This was not even ninjutsu. Perhaps they were in some sort of genjutsu. Someone seemed to have the same line of thoughts with him. Is this real? Or are we in some Sharingan genjutsu? It was possible for the genjutsu of the Sharingan to trick them. The dojutsu was notoriously known for its power genjutsu. What he was seeing just did not seem real. It was unbelievable. This had to be an illusion. So the kid has Sharingan. It feels real. Yes, it is real. This is no genjutsu. He was a sensor. If it had been a genjutsu, he would know regardless of how powerful it may have been. It was real, and the bastard kid had pulled it, but how? He had felt his chakra spike considerably when he was going through hand seals. But it was perhaps nothing compared to how much chakra the kid had. This is ridiculous. We can't outrun this thing. It is too big for any of our jutsu to destroy it. Is this even ninjutsu? There was one thing common in all these men who spoke fear. Even Hanzo was feeling fear for the first time in his entire lifetime. The thing was getting closer. Naruto uses his speed and jumps in front of gaping Saiyans, who were dumbly seeing above. He catches their wrists and transports them far away from destruction area, and again transports to the gaping Anbus and transports them to Saiyan location. The meteorite was getting closer, and even though they could not outrun it, they started to run around in all directions. One man in the midst of others knew that they could not outrun this thing. A bunch of earth jutsus were thrown into the fray as the large meteorite crashed down the ground and crushing everything beneath it. Its crash shook the entire AIM country, and also in the Fire country. Some in the Fire country felt it, given that it had happened close to the border of the country. It took a while for everything to settle down. The Sannin were all thinking that Naruto had just done something that was impossible. They had never seen anything like that before. They had fought Second World War, and nothing had come close to what he had seen today. Had it not been Naruto teleporting them, they may also have been crushed. The meteorite crashed down and broken into some pieces, large pieces in that matter. It did not do any good to the surrounding landscape. If the meteorite would have fallen down on village, it would have destroyed the village. Naruto, how did you do that? Asks Jiraiya with some fear. Are you some type of god or what? Don't worry, it is my Rinnegan Abelites. And then also I made it too small. But if I would have used my full power, I would have it made it 4 times bigger than the Ain village, replies Naruto. The Sannin and the Anbu were shocked to the very core of the earth, while thinking the same thing. Rinnegan can even make it 4 times bigger than the Ain village. There were no survivors. All were buried under there. Comes the creature abused outside from the rocks in a bloodied form, but he immediately dies. The mouth of the creature opens, from it comes out Hanzo and his son, who escaped at end time in the stomach of Ibusu. "It is impossible," shouts Hanzo, who can't believe his eyes by seeing the landscape is surrounded by chunks of big rocks. Naruto and his companions lands in front of him. "Hanzo, we only came for peace treaty, but you didn't listen to us. Now you will face my wrath." I will kill you," yells Hanzo, but when he sees his Rinnegan, he shakes with fear. Rinnegan. Hanzo's son jumps at amazing cage speed to kill Naruto, but Naruto, without even moving from position, cuts his head. The Saiyans were shocked that he, without even releasing his kunai, kills Hanzo's son like he was nothing but an ant in front of him. "Now it's your chance." Hanzo glares Naruto as a known pressure forms around Naruto. "I will not be killed." Hanzo prepares for attack, but next thing his mind went blank as his head is cut from his body as Naruto comes behind him in a very fast speed. Think Naruto is using Shunpu as in Bleach. "Well, the war is over," says Naruto lazily as he walks back to them. "Are you kidding us? You killed both the cage level fighters in less than 1 minute?" "But we didn't do anything," says Jiraiya grimly, but inside he was happy. The war is over. "Jiraiya, those who break the rules are trash, but those who abandon their comrades are worse than trash. If I'm going to be called trash either way, I'd rather break the rules. And if that somehow makes me anything less than a real shinobi, then I'll crush all of the so-called real shinobi," says Naruto. "Yeah, you are right, but when we return to the village, you will tell us how you are so powerful," says Jiraiya happily. Suddenly a kunai flies behind Naruto, but he dodges it, but it immediately went for Tsunade, whose back was turned away. Naruto immediately teleports in front of her and pushes her away. "It looks like one ninja survived," says Orochimaru, who rushes to that ninja and kills him. Tsunade moans. Am I moaning? What is this pleasure feeling?" She opens her eyes and sees Naruto above her, but what made her uncomfortable was as his both hands were pressing her breasts. "Oh, what a nice melons," says amused Naruto. "Naruto, you pervert," shouts Tsunade and starts pounding Naruto. Jiraiya was crying in anime tears as Naruto stole his Tsunade boobs, while Orochimaru was licking his lips as he witnessed Naruto power today. The Anbu's sweat dropped on Sanen's antique. Powerful people are always weird. Chapter ends. Thank you for listening. Please leave a like and subscribe and leave a comment about your thoughts about the story. Peace out.